Scanning for audio.
Hello and welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. This time I want to talk to you about the Master. The Master box set. This is the War Master, Derek Jacobi. Now, one of the things that you're always told when you're starting writing, especially for someone like Big Finish, not that I've ever written for Big Finish, I've tried obviously, but their writer's guides always seem to have something along the lines of don't use the land of fiction, which is nice. However, you can't really help yourself after a while. You want to deal with the land of fiction. You really do. And Big Finish has been around for 20 years, and they've stayed well clear. The odd hint and tip, but they've always found a way of justifying it. But right now, we've got this gorgeous box set. And bear with me while I just bring it up, because I did make an extensive set of notes, which of course I've left in the other room. Bear with. So this is number 8, Escape from Reality. The 8th release. I know, we never thought we'd get Jacobi for very long, but 8 stories? 8 box sets. Each box set containing usually 4 stories. You've got the War Master, played by one of Britain's greatest thespians. And he's visiting the land of fiction. The writers have got to be on their A game for this, and oh my god they are. Seriously, this is brilliant. Let's just read the synopsis. Pursued by a squadron of Dalek assault ships, the Master's only hope is to abandon the space-time vortex and flee to an altogether different reality, the realm of fiction. Confronted with creatures of myth and figures from folklore, the Master sees an opportunity to scavenge a universe of impossible artefacts and use them against his enemies. But first he must face off against legendary monsters and literary heroes, embody fiction's greatest consulting detective, Sherlock Holmes. Oh, everyone's brought their A-game. Yes, they have. 8.1, The Wrath of Medusa, by Rochana Patel. Now, I may have said the name wrong, and I am deeply sorry if I did say that wrong. Crashing into a universe of fiction, the Master finds himself lost in the world of Greek mythology, with the Dalek assault squad close behind. It starts really nicely with the Daleks, obviously being cleverer than you think, because that's what Daleks do. But then he ends up in Greek mythology. All of the different variations of Greek mythology, and that's the clever bit. You haven't just got, oh, it's a bit Clash of the Titans, although that is referenced here. What you've got is a slow building of glorious references to classic myths. Different takes. The sort of stuff that when you were reading various textbooks and the journey of the hero, you would go, but that version of Medusa's backstory doesn't match the reality we're looking at now. And then you look into it and there's various sources. It's the sort of thing that if you studied media and media theory and all that business, this pays off in spades on a level that you just weren't expecting. I just loved story 1 so much. And then you've got the Shadow Master, which is the folklore story. Now this one is, I'm not going to say the weakest, but it's the one that spoke the least to me. But in saying that, it was still gorgeous. I mean, I'm a big fan of the fairy tales at the best of times, but this was taking a Hans Christian Andersen story that I'd never heard of and making it something better. This ain't no Disney tale. What the Master does to the devil in this one, oh my god, it's just brilliant. Because the devil is a work of fiction. We can get back to that one another time. That's by Lizzie Hopley, who's just been giving us some gorgeous stuff lately. She's taking narrative and presenting us with whole new takes, not just on the Doctor and the Master, but on everything we've ever thought about. It's so good that Big Finish are producing great works like this using brilliant new authors. Alfie Shaw, The Adventures of the Deceased Doctor. Well, if you're a Sherlock Holmes fan, and especially if you're a Big Finish Sherlock Holmes fan, this is for you. You like Nick Briggs playing the Sherlock, the definitive. Yeah, this is for you. Because you've all experienced the exciting world of Sherlock Holmes, but this is the next level. Because he's not Moriarty. He's so much more than Moriarty. He's Holmes. It's brilliant. Every time you listen to this box set, you'll find another level of something just gorgeous. And that's The Adventures of the Deceased Doctor. But then you've got David Llewellyn's The Master of Dorian Gray. We all love a bit of Dorian Gray, and Big Finish's Dorian Gray has just been brilliant. The box sets have weaved their way through other ranges, including Beneath Summerfield. And you know what? We love a bit of Dorian. We really do. But what we've got here is the master in the original story. Manipulating the plots, twisting the way we see things. And there's some lovely Oscar Wilde quotes going on. Is this one of the best box sets Big Finish have ever done? I think it might be. And it's not just Jacoby's performance, although that is so good. There's a reason he's Derek Jacobi. So, is this worth having? Absolutely. Here's the trailer. Decide for yourself as always, but you really are genuinely missing out if you don't get this one. So until next time, be seeing you.
It seems I must take a sidestep out of time and space, venturing beyond the limits of your science into a realm of the imagination.
From Big Finish Productions, The War Master, Escape from Reality.
He is attempting to flee, Father! You must intercede!
That's more like it. Now you're revealing your true powers.
My TARDIS!
A shadow TARDIS. Beautiful.
You will identify yourself!
I am Medusa, and these are my sisters.
What's happening?
A question of immortality. I want what you have, Dorian. I shall use that power to become godlike.
How is that even possible?
You are fiction, Doctor. Characters given life by a multiverse of endless configurations.
What the bloody hell is he talking about?
He's saying we aren't real.
Why are you looking at me that way?
I'm sorry, Basil. This is just the way it's written.
Dorian, no!
Big Finish, for the love of stories.